Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. And we're going to talk Cub pitching prospect Porter Hodge. Porter caught my attention over the last week or so. First of all, he is on the 40-man roster, but he caught my attention because I've been hearing his name pop up in a lot of the discussions about our pitching prospects, how many we have, how deep we are. And I just thought it was probably time for us to get to know Porter Dean Hodge. So, again, number 26 prospect. He's 22 years old, so he's still young, but I hear his name popping up. So I figure we should get to know him. Born on February 21st, 01. He's a big dude, 6'4", 230, and he's thick. He's a really well put together young man. Went to high school in the Salt Lake City area, Cottonwood High School in Murray, Utah. Played on two high school state championship teams at Cottonwood High School, one as a sophomore and one as a senior. But he wasn't really all that highly recruited or even scouted, and the Cubs were one of just a few teams that showed interest. So the Cubs selected him in the 13th round, 402nd overall in the 2019 draft. And Porter received a $125,000 signing bonus with the Cubs draft of 2019. So he starts his pro career, rookie ball, the Arizona League Cubs in 2019. Pitches in 5 games, 4 of them were starts. He only threw 8 innings, but he had an ERA that ballooned up to 10.13. He had a whip of 2.25. So Porter's introduction to professional baseball was harsh. 10.13 ERA in 8 innings pitched. In 2020, he had back surgery, and I'm now wondering if he was hurt in 2019. 10.13 ERA, 2.25 WHIP. Maybe he just wasn't right. So he misses the entire 2020 season because of back surgery. And the 2020 season, he wouldn't have played anyway because of the 2020 COVID season. But I guess if there was an opportunity to have back surgery as a minor league player, 2020 was the year to do it, and Porter did. So he comes back from back surgery in 2021, and they start him all over again. He goes right back to the Arizona League Cubs, Rookie League, and he starts 7 games, throws 29 innings. ERA is 7.45 with a 1.55 whip, and he gives up 8 home runs. So that didn't go too well, but he's coming back off of back surgery, so, maybe he's just not quite ready. He gets bumped up to Myrtle Beach, and in 7 games, 3 of them starts, he does better. He pitches to a 3.74 ERA with a 1.25 whip, and he didn't give up any home runs in Myrtle Beach. So that bodes pretty well. But in those 2 seasons, in his 2019, the rookie ball, 5 innings, and then the rookie ball in Myrtle Beach in 2021, his 2 seasons in pro ball, he's got a cumulative ERA of 6.44. And I think this is when some type of a meeting happened. And the meeting could have been with Porter himself. It could have been with some of the brass with the Cubs. But after whatever meeting it was, Porter decided to dedicate himself to conditioning and fitness and athleticism. So I guess he might have been a little puffy, and his numbers were indicating such. So he did. He dedicated himself, got in shape, worked on his athleticism, and several things happened when he did that. Number one, his best pitches, his fastball and his curveball got really better. His fastball went from 91 mile per hour average in 21. It's now up to a 93 to 96, and it tops out at 98 with late life and good carry up in the zone. So he got physical, and his fastball really followed him. Same thing happened with his slider. It's definitely upgraded. It's now about an 82 to 86 mile an hour slide piece, and they describe it as having wicked sweep that totally destroys righties, and it works good against lefties as that back foot slider. So 2021, 6.44 ERA cumulative in his 2 years of pro ball to that point. gets in shape, gets physical, and now he's got a fastball and a slider that has sort of changed his career path. So in 2022, he starts out with Myrtle Beach, pitches 17 games, all of them were starts. He has a 3.0 ERA and throws 69 innings. Only gave up 1 home run, so that's a pretty good 17-game stint. Gets bumped up to the High A Cubs in South Bend, pitches in 8 games, has 7 starts, has a 2.01 ERA, eats up 40 innings with a 1.04 whip. So drastic difference in his 2022 numbers compared to what he had done prior. So getting in shape, I guess, is helpful. In 2023, he starts the season and plays the entire season in Tennessee. Pitches in 35 games, had 12 starts. So they start using him in relief here as well. Has a 5.13 ERA, 80 innings, a 1.4 whip, and only gave up 3 home runs. So at this point, I mean, that's intriguing, what we talked about. He is in shape. He looks really good. And he's still a prospect. So let's talk to him about a prospect. He number 26, 22 years old, and he's got a fastball and a slider that are plus pitches. They grade out at 60, and we talked about what those pitches do. He's got a curveball that is an average curveball. It's not bad. It's not great. It's average. And he's got a changeup that is below average. And his control is a below average too. So they grade him as a 40 with his changeup and with his command. His curveball's average at 50, and he's got plus fastball plus slider. So we've talked about his fastball and his slider. Let's talk about his curve. His curve is now an upper 70s curve that they describe as just an average pitch. It's serviceable. The problem with it is he doesn't really command it. He has trouble throwing strikes with it. So it's an average pitch that he has trouble throwing for strikes. His changeup is just not good. It's an upper 80s changeup, and they describe it as it being too firm and too straight. Now, the only thing that could be worse is if he had trouble throwing it for strikes, which he does. So his curveball and his slider, he has trouble throwing for strikes at this point. And his curveball is just an average pitch anyway. But his changeup just isn't good. Too firm, too straight. It's not going to play. The good news is they project him as still a possible mid-rotation starter because they like his 6'4" frame. They he's strong. He can handle the starter's workload. But in order for him to become a starter, he's got to add that additional pitch. What that third pitch, whatever it's going to be. If it's going to be the change, it's going to be something else. If he doesn't, if he just leans on that plus fastball and slider, that's a good combination, a combination enough to make him some type of even a high leverage reliever. That's their thoughts. So I would say at this point they're thinking sort of the floor for him is relief, and maybe the ceiling is third spot in a rotation. But he does look the part. He's very physical, and that fastball and slider are really good pitches. So we're going to find out pretty soon. We're probably going to get a look. They project him to make his major league debut in 2024. I don't know that I see that. I guess it's possible. And the reason I don't know that I see that happening is I just know the list of arms that are ahead of him. Unless there's some changes, some moves, some injuries that hopefully we don't get, I don't see Porter breaking in just yet. I think he's got some work to do. But we certainly want to pay attention to his 2024 and see how he continues to improve. 22 years old, a year from now, 2 years from now, I think we probably have something, but we're going to have to give him some time. So, guys, that's the update on Porter Hodge. Hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. And go Cubs, go.